lived in the same buildings and worked on the same product for so many years, and this is our debut.
Yeah, we're going to get right into it. FURIA Sprout. Why not? Why not?
An Ancient as well. Love me some Ancient. Gets the FURIA on it, and the desk have highlighted this is a bit of an attempt to catch FURIA on an underdeveloped map. Staehr puts his name in the feed right out of the gate, and could drop the bomb if Marix does go down. He's punching in the numbers, but not to be.
It's the wallbang from Cave. Instead, the knife's out. This is getting wild. Meeting FURIA on their own turf. Staehr gets a double, and now room freed up to plant. Can Safe
triple even. He's got 3 kills, Staehr. He's already showing us what he's made of. Safe, however, pops the head of Rouse in a 2v2, and they can play the bomb here. Safe to bodyguard appropriately to the name, and maybe even Hunt. He has the kit. A little bit of chip damage onto Keserato, but they are wrapping. Oh, and that's the cleanup. God damn, Safe with the ace in the pistol. He said, we'll see how it goes. Well, it goes swimmingly. 5 on the USP.
He is a beautiful addition of firepower to this team, isn't he, right? Like, I think there are a lot of questions on Drop. He's still unproven. He's one of the Academy League bring-ups, but Safe, we've been waiting for this guy to join FURIA for a while now from Pain. Ever since they lost Henny, this team looked like a shell of their former self. Safe, he had an incredible game yesterday, and there's no better way to start it than an ace, especially when your teammates are getting knifed.
Didn't he have his, like, career highlights so far on this map on that A box as well? Like, he's already popping off.
Of course, yeah, the knife, the AWP headshot into the knife.
And appropriately, he's already whipped it out round 2.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, I guess with 5 kills, you've already got the cash to splash. He's got everything. Look at that. All the nades, the kit, AWP, Kev. He is a VIP, and we must protect him.
And the helmet, the lack of, doesn't even matter. Deegs and AK's one Galil, but wrong side of the map. It's a slow default. I'm excited to see what Sprout will bring to the table, right? I think they all impressed us yesterday with an overtime game against Vitality, and they're coming into, it's named the Group of Death. They're the bottom team in it.
Kind of a cool setup as well. They boost him on big box. It's a very standard clear, so an off angle for the AWP and a boost on Keserato if they were to commit, but it doesn't seem the case. Sprout crawl through mid off the red smoke. No one holding Donut. It's wide open. It's up to Safe to actually be reactive, and he has adjusted. Slack through red on the fade.
This is the one gap open, but Art has come back to check the flank. He's got to be careful. They're right up in his grill.
You've got a lot of space here.
Yeah. CT, Ancient, all about comms, all about cooling those gaps. You can't play everything at the same time. Mid's open. Art can just close it, but he's not in a hurry to take these fights. Deeks is just playing with him right now. They walk Donut. The timing's safe. He still hits a tag. He doesn't need to commit to A main with his player on the boost box, so he's going to go back and swivel between 2 sites.
The time is becoming a factor here, Hugo. 25. The AWP posted up. Util only on Safe. So he can throw that smoke Donut. That would lock him out. Already the A side looking a little less threatening. Here comes their Util dribbling out of Donut. Oh, never mind! slaxz decides it's time to finish the round.
Very, very clean, and FURIA get cleaned up. That's a free AWP. Take it.
Oh, no.
Staehr, knife in the first round, AWP in the second, now stolen from the hands of Safe, and those Deegs are dirt.
It was so bad for Sprout until it wasn't. Yeah. Like, look, 18 seconds, you're walking through Donut, no util, doesn't matter when you got slaxz's Deeg looking like that. Hello and goodbye to FURIA.
Well, that will ruffle your feathers. That will get Sprout hyped up, and they certainly are in control of this game now. The money broken. We often say losing or winning a pistol isn't as good as winning the force buy, especially when FURIA on the CT side, $1,400 a piece. They've got to piece it together with an awful buy here.
Yeah, Staehr's been great. He's got 3 around this corner. And Art goes looking, there's a problem, and an AK. So now the reaction is going to have to be compulsory. Do you cage that potential ledge walkout? They're going to have a little glance at lane, call it clear. So executing into A.
Oh, that's so sick. That clears the corner completely.
Now trying to push through Donut into the slaxz AWP. It was in Safe's hands and now into enemy hands. They forced and completely repelled the CTs. Trying to keep hold of that AK, I suppose.
Yeah, get out with a save. Give Sprout the respect they demand in that round. They find the gap. 1 man on A. That was such a cool Molly smoke combo, right? The Molly comes down first. Keserato's pushed in that tight temple corner that's really nice. He's about to get smoked anyway, but he has to move from the Molotov. That puts him in the open before the smoke blooms. Sprout, they're looking methodical right now. This is a team that plays a lot lot of Ancient, and FURIA are not one of those, you know, rosters themselves. They did, however, get a win over Entropic at the major, right? To get into that champion stage in the first place. And Entropic, we've argued, have been one of, if not the best Ancient team so far.
Yeah, that's hard to argue with, but when you take a look at the teams they've played, they have played an awful lot, and in their region, and sorry, not in their region, but in their tier 2, those games and all those invitationals, they've had close affairs and close losses to teams such as AGF and Dignitas. A crazy loss at the start of the year to K23, a 16-1 on Ancient, but every loss, you hope to learn something. There's a nice highlight of that Molotov combo you were talking about.
Also, we come around the major time and we start talking about those open qualifiers and the online games and the difficulties that come with them. Like, learning experiences are a big factor here. Even if Sprout are losing games they shouldn't be online, they're coming in with a huge amount of experience that FURIA don't have on this map, don't have with this roster, still unproven on LAN, with this full 5, with Drop. So there's a lot of questions we're going to get answers to today. Meanwhile, these reads have been good. They found another empty site. It's just a cave player in Yuri with that forced up FAMAS. He does get a kill. Drop, not been smoked, and for good reason. Shot in the head instead. They keep taking long for this post plant, completely locking FURIA out of the round.
Huge. That deep CT smoke, I mean, if you could, you'd want that over the short one every single time. Molotov in the flash. He doesn't even know. His teammates let him know. Gets away, but again, it's that horrible scenario where you just can't afford to go for it. You didn't have the best of buys. And they will be allowed to at least retreat.
This is what we said when Sprout win that second round. Right? This is the position FURIA are put in. They're constantly buying. They're constantly trying to save very little. You're probably not going to win a round with this. K-Serato and Yuri on FAMAS, not pretty guns to have so early. And Sprout are laughing that they've still got this AWP that Safe bought after winning the pistol.
Yeah, that's a yikes. For as long as he gets to keep hold of that, he's going to build up quite the bank. In fact, 2 of them do breach 10K already.
Ouchie.
Third stage loss bonus now for FURIA as 3 together strung by Sprout, this mix. Good to see Raul's delivering. He had a great clutch yesterday, 1v4, I believe, and he's calling the shots here. He speaks very highly of the new additions to Sprout, and they do feel like they've found some potential. A lot of great content out there. Caught a little bit of an interview from Scrivcast. He did one with Berry. He's worth checking out if you want to hear about these new Sprout roster changes and the intention behind them.
Berry, that's a name, man. He's been around the block.
He has been around the block, and it's cool that he gets to kind of pass it on to a new generation of very talented individuals. I'm liking what I've seen from... not today. But quick trade. Marix, the other name at the tip of the tongue. This time, kicks down the door. K-Serato ready for this. Raul's not ready. And okay, we do still see a 3v3 established. It's up to Safe again, and their deep smoke will contain him. Like,
trading is really, really nice as well. They're not leaving too much space between players on entries, and Spitty finds a kill through the edge of the smoke. Drop gonna get flash, dodges it. He's got a kit. That might be temptation enough, but he needs an immediate kill, and Marix has not moved off of the site just yet. These timings, and Drop does catch one. A kill into a 2-on-2, waiting for the big flank. He's read his own, and Spitty walks right in. It's just slaxz. Here's that AWP. Here's that second round AWP that is coming back to bite FURIA. Will it, though? Smoking kit available. Drop needs to put it down on the bomb right now. It's missed. It's bounced back. He's going to try and stick it. The flash, slaxz gets hit by it, and impact, and that's a round. Nothing he can do. Very close, but nice try. That's an AWP back in the hands of FURIA as they regain control.
Got a little worried that it would be that very same AWP continuing to deny and haunt them, but phew, sigh of relief. FURIA do post and their first round since the pistol, and it is by virtue of that defuse. You can see how this one shaped on up. Again, though, you can see that this is clear that Sprout feel confident taking A through Donut. Not many teams are going for a main body of assault through Donut without that mid-red CT control. But it works for them. We saw the power of that Molotov. We see the power of K-Serato. He's immediately won out on the Spitty greed. He charges straight into mid and into the crosshair.
Oh dear, these wallbangs.
Okay.
Very oppressive.
And this only really now hinges on Raul's. They're going for a reclear as a pair. And that's nice. K-Serato far too aware to let any funny business occur. slaxz and Marix, I mean, it's a 2v5 that's still got some legs to it. They're small, like kind of little corky legs, but they exist. leave the bomb and just see if FURIA fancy tripping over their own shoelaces a little bit.
Outsiders would have saved before that A main player walked anyway, so this is a pretty busted round for Sprout. Not getting lane early and getting locked out of middle, that's a difficulty, and it's only going to get harder as Yuri aggresses. slaxz trades, still, he's looking to save the AWP. You can see FURIA already running the gauntlet.
Knife out.
They want it back.
Ready for that. Oh, just a little shy.
Double AWP CT Ancient? I don't think so, though.
Not for them. They'll happily stick with the 2 AKs already they hoovered up. Safe still got his AWP, and plenty of money to be juggled around to get Sprout fully equipped.
Here's a conversation for FURIA, though, because yesterday we actually saw, despite Safe being a really prominent AWPer, we actually saw Art doing a lot of AWPing over him in Vertigo. Safe never took it. Even in certain points of overpass on that CT side, Art was primary AWPing. So I'm still wondering where this AWP is going to lie on the team. Obviously, Safe is the primary. Art has never proven to be a problem with it either way on those CT sides.
No, but he definitely has made it abundantly clear that he prefers it to be when we get succinctly summarized, when he wants to, not if he wants to. Essentially, he can just choose, and it loses its potency if Art's the Daddy AWPer, because Art's flamboyancy goes out the window. You have to be device. You have to play those roles. Sit at spawn, hold the cross, be an AWPer. And that's not what Art wants to do.
Gary's even talked about it as well, right? He says he prefers Art rifling because he gets to lead how he wants. He gets to play those faster T-spawn rounds, and we saw a lot of that on Overpass again. Art just manhandling 5-on-4s and going cold and going quiet. So that's more for the T side. Right now, Safe is just solo AWPing, and FURIA continue to take space.
Try that once, Yuri. Don't you dare try it again. You can see that they are a little more caged this time on lane with cursory glances up towards that fading smoke. Yuri, you are a pesky boy. I can see that he's familiar with this area and looking to maintain control as best he can. Just posturing at this point. Drop and save on the little reaggress here. This is a lovely tight line, and Marix deals with both of them. Surely you go off that, but no. Rals keeps a leash on these troops. You don't want to overcommit. Double advantage found, double opening found. Now they can just walk through the map and poke and prod until they find the gap.
Yeah, lucky that Sprout made that call to not recommit. There's still 2 players on B for FURIA. It's time to get weird with it. With so much map control, with mid getting conceded by FURIA the whole damn round, with Spitty up in A main, the options are open for Sprout. They're going to waltz their way to Donut. You said it yourself. This has been their point of contention. All T side. Art's here to stop it. But this smoke is a timer, and he needs to pick a better spot. He can get split by Spitty, and so Art will decide to go for A main instead. It's the better of 2 options. If he wins his fight, he has some control on A. He can try and delay this plant. With 20 seconds, things can still get weird.
If he kills Spitty, he's got the perfect position to do it. And bomb's going down, but Art lost his duel. Perfect. Spitty activates for a round winner. Finish what was started by Marix. And now Yuri's just off to save what little he can. Okay, we've got a game here. Definitely going to be seeing Sprout. I mean, do you think this is the group of death, was the question you posed to me just before the desk wrapped on up. And I think the answer was yes. Yeah. When you look at the teams and the ones that could contend for top 3, the only question mark for me was Sprout. But they've already proven over the day and a half we've watched them play that, yeah, these boys are here to play and to definitely punish any mistakes that are made by these teams that have made a lot of changes. Talking of changes, I wanted to bring up and come back to the Safe AWP presence. You know, ever since Henny's departure, FURIA were always missing that, missing that ingredient. And it's definitely been, I would say, a very kind of trialing time for them. You know, you're throwing in Honda, then drop, and you're just trying. Junior. God, I forgot.
Changing your damn language.
Yeah, like they really were desperately trying to find a Henny. And, you know, all it took was a Safe. I think that's definitely going to be inciting a lot of confidence because you can't really dismiss FURIA's achievements and failings now. They've got the full roster, like Keserato, bangs, Yuri, consistent, Art, flamboyant. You've got Drop, who still going to have to do some convincing, but that's just because he's a newer name. We don't know as much and haven't seen as much from him. Yeah. But other than that, you know, like this feels like a roster that I would have vying to be the best from their region.
Oh, without a doubt. I think actually Drop in this team is awesome, even though he is relatively unproven. I think the most important part is you have so much talent, so much experience on this roster, right? You have these older players of Art and Keserato and Yuri who've been around the block and played on these top tier stages. So I think being able to mold a young, aggressive player like Drop could be super cool. And on those T sides, they give him a lot of room. He's left to lurk sometimes. He's left to do his mid defaults on his own. We talked about Orpso, Alex, and now double out. Art shines off, and that molly is not good. He's tucked in the corner. He's fine. He doesn't need to re-peek. They don't know he's still there. Staehr trying to take back Cave, and he's got a player cornered, but these 50-50 angles, man. Look how paranoid he is for a second.
I don't like it. Yuri crosses back. Staehr equally as hesitant. But yo, this is enough of a distraction. Look at this. Art even floated back to red. They can walk in. Util will land. The Orp's got nothing to contribute on his late clear. I say that. slaxz posted up, and he had the bomb, Hugo. He had the bomb. This still gets very, very awkward. And Art racks up another. That's why you have that secondary Orp. He's activated. He started the round in mid. He's going to finish it on A. Bye.
Nothing of the sort for Sprout. They've been good at finding gaps, right? Give it to them. They've been, you know, finding the weaker sites of two in many of these rounds, but it doesn't matter when Art's going to pick you apart from the CT spawn, and that's the danger of a contact play on a map like Ancient. There's so many smokes you need to take a bomb site, to even get a plant. Think about, you know, Temple, CT, Donut. Those are all positions where CTs can be at any point in time, and there was one player late mid-lurking who died to K-Serato. So without smokes, with a contact play like that, you're asking to get double orbed.
And what we are seeing, like, I'm just contrasting this with some of the Ancients I saw last week. You know, one of the main criticisms levied towards LFO's absent T side on Ancient was that they were, you know, grouping without containing and keeping them guessing. We saw Sprout keep them guessing. FURIA actually were left wondering, scratching their heads as to where the commitment was, never mind baited in by the presence from Staehr on short. But Art existed, and so just from the spawn itself, he defended the A site. The first one to slaxz is great, but this one, oh, it's a bummer for Spiddy. The smoke just blooming. Yeah. The rest falls into place perfectly. Timeout has concluded. We're back into frag.
I mean, FURIA have run 2 4B setups out of spawn already, but Sprout just don't seem to be going for those standard executes. They're running and gunning right out main. Art, he's here, and he's delivering 2 kills. Bomb is loose, and it's committed. There's no going back. You've got to die on this hill, Sprout. It's a nice molly to push K-Serato out of position, but you can play retake here. Both Orbs have lines into the site. This is the difficulty. No grenades left. They can't get comfortable.
Did they miss their smoke, or was that an extinguish? It really comes tumbling down off the basis of just still having sight, still having info. They're even coming in from behind. That's the end of rounds. Yeah. Safe will take it. Double Orps on Ancient? I don't think so. Hugo Byron 2022.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they didn't take it. They didn't take it. I was surprised. And we've been seeing a lot of nice utility for Sprout and a lot of nice executes. So think about these Temple smokes, these mollies they've been throwing in as well. Now they're starting to run a bit drier. They're not going to go back to this.
There was no extinguish. That was just a bad smoke, unless he body blocked it.
Back-to-back 5 alive rounds for FURIA. You want to talk Moolah? They've got chock full of it. And Sprout, that was a little force buy, putting AKs and Kevlar together.
Yeah, well, this is where we do start to see FURIA pull away. They've won 4 of the last 5 rounds of play. Sprout broke.
You know, talking about Orbs, though, me and Harry were laughing this yesterday. Last season, when FURIA had their coach Gary standing in, they perfected, rather, the triple Orb on CT Ancient. Gary running that in Temple, Art in middle. Yeah. Like, they were all over it. They actually looked incredible. So I'm never going to doubt the amount of Orbs that FURIA have done. I've seen them play 4 on Mirage, for crying out loud.
Hey, that's our move. Oh, and Safe doesn't even need to have vision. His lights were out. Still pulls the trigger. Oh, snuffs Marix down. And yeah, well, we'll keep 5 up again. So that's the FURIA that are building quite the bank.
Even notice that setup change as well. FURIA know it's an eco round, so what do? They play no one in the bomb site. No one's tucked cubby. No one's committed behind pillar. They're in positions where they can concede the site, fight from a range, let Safe pick one, let drop spray down from long. No one's going to die and give a gun to Sprout and let that round get out of control. It's a nice, realization that the money is just not there for Sprout.
I'm seeing a lot of K-Serato and Art have got grip tape on their mouse now. Is that the next evolution? Are we all going to be grip taping our mice?
I mean, I've used old SteelSeries mice where I like,
rubber.
Enough thumb on it and you're rubbing it off and you're into the plastic. It's not pretty.
True, maybe that is the case as well. To be fair, I think if you're a professional gamer, I'd have a couple of freshies in the suitcase. Certainly hope so.
All right, here's a very important rifle round for Sprout, though. They've got to get something on the board. Four rifles, a couple of smokes, and out middle late for Sprout. They won't take those spawns. When they have, often they've been met with a couple of FURIA players. This time it is for free.
3 across. Line of sight held. Oh, he misses, so 2 now bound towards Red Room. K-Serato, though. This is a hard clear. They need to be looking. Oh, and they don't go as a unit. Just a lack of unity there.
Still here.
Rouse betrays.
Nice trade.
Drop trades. Only 3 of them now. What are you supposed to do with this? You're in no man's land in mid. Staehr is up ramp, past the post-up point, but not past that smoke, so his presence is nullified for another 15. Spiddy's going to have cave by the end of the smoke fade, but this is still definitely lining up for a FURIA close.
Oh, they're getting back in. Sprout haven't seen anyone in this bomb site, and they will now. Surprise, surprise, on the fade. Drop's going to get the equalizer, and Safe stops them from getting out cave as well. FURIA, I mean, they made that read before Sprout even made the call. They were triple B right after the mid fights, and they knew Sprout's only option was to just walk up cave and try and split together. No util, no chance. 7-4. When these orbs are given open season, they keep poaching Sprout. Very nice rounds out of FURIA on the CT side. And again, impressive considering the lack of play we've seen on Ancient and the fact that this is not only Sprout's pick, but one that they've proven to make a mainstay of their roster.
They do need to prove that they can keep winning rounds on the T side. Look how much damage, destruction. Serato.
Another ace for FURIA.
Yeah, give it to him. Oh, denied by Spiddy. That was all he cared about at that point. But I mean, they had Tech9s and a little bit of Summit, so does fall completely flat as a pancake. We do see a couple of players, 3 to be specific, heading towards max money if they don't go down next round. Yeah, this is CT's bias. I mean, FURIA with 8, they've won the half now on CT. It's a question of damage control, and Sprout giving themselves something to launch themselves into a competitive defense themselves. 4's not bad, 6 would be great, 7 optimal.
Yeah, this is the one thing that pros have been complaining about with Ancient, right? Like, or one of the many things. Even Savage was talking about it when we had him on the cast the other day. The difficulty of getting out mid on T rounds, and the fact that CTs can just win it with util. If you put even 1 player, but often 2, you just win mid, and there's almost nothing Ts can do. It leaves them to late lurk. At the start of this map, we were seeing a lot of mid rush attempts. Then when the lineups came down, when the util was perfected by CTs, we have to see late mid lurks or late mid takes, and that's all Sprout have been able to get away with. When they rush mid, they die, and there's no other way around it.
I'm noticing a distinct absence of like a spawn donut smoke. They haven't seen him throw it once, and that would deny a lot of the info that they're getting from that presence. At this point in time, though, boosting over the smoke and containing the cave orb. Safe is going looking. I suspect he'll be posting up on that if he can.
This is a nice bait as well. With Yuri spamming, Sprout are going to think, all right, he's been getting away with this. Let's push him on a reload. And if they do, there's an orb right by his side. The first double deep cave setup FURIA have run yet.
Oh man, this just feels like a guaranteed AWP frag, doesn't it? What util are you going to throw on that slither gap? Nothing. Staehr.
Oh.
Yeah, you could.
Got a lineup.
He does. Oh, they answer my question. They answer my question with headshots. Force Yuri off the line. Cave is theirs. And now step 1, complete. Step 2 is trying to open up a bomb site. And you've still got Spiddy parked in A. The rest maintaining map control. Now they smoke out top mid. Deny the information as the late lurk out comes through. This is methodical, Hugo. I'm just fearful that if we see 30 and nothing gained, it gets awkward again.
Oh, they want to try and keep it standard. FURIA making a read. They're running a rotate. They're going back to A, leaving this completely empty because Sprout have gone cold and quiet, but they will be executing.
Oh, this is cool. And just by the power of a flashbang and a smoke. They smoke donut, they throw a flash, and the hook is in the cheek. 3 lean A. 3 lean A. If Yuri can do anything to delay this plant, it could still go wrong.
Smoke spams in this spot are really, really nice as well. They've got to try and cover the plant. It's good. Behind the pillar, nothing. Oh! Very close, but he doesn't know. He never knew. Serato's picked Spiddy in the meantime. There's still a chance for a retake. That molly forces Yuri to commit. They're going to clear this corner. They're going to spam it, and they win the fight. They had to, or this retake will be ready to go.
Down goes Marek's. Drop has arrived. There's 3 coming in from this side of the map. It's Rouse that'll be first contact through the flash. He stands and loses his head. Oh, a second. Despite the flashbang, slaxz does not have the weapon for this. Nor the position for the wallbang. Art diffuses. It's 9. And now slaxz run down. He lost it as well. The AWP litters the battlefield. FURIA set for a runaway.
Gary kissing drop on the head. After a round like that, he's earned it. A 3-on-4 retake. Are you not entertained? This guy is ready to go.
And Yuri, credit to him. Like, you had nothing, and he managed to contribute a lot in delaying and applying that pressure. He was alone on the site. Serato, you can see exactly what he pulled off. Not only did he catch Spiddy's late arrival mid, but this is what I was talking about with Yuri. Damage onto Marix, low HP, drop immediately. Finishes what he starts.
Oh,
big round and a big opener.
Spiddy's been so slow, so contained on these A-lurks. The first time he speeds it up, the orb's in main, isn't it? And the other, it's back at B, looking over the boxes for a boost. For Sprout now, this score feels pretty trash because you just wonder, okay, what have they actually gotten away with? They forced by bought FURIA, and then they got the anti-ecos. There's been nothing else on this T side that has worked. FURIA have contained every idea, every play on either bomb site. That's a close miss. Yuri might just want to give it up. These flashes have been good in cave, but his teammates coming in for support. Oh, just swings it. Oh, it's messy though. Doesn't even connect, and Staehr follows up. A way back in perhaps for Sprout.
He's had his moments with Staehr. I think every single one of them we've caught on broadcast because that's another impactful contribution, but this is another step too far. Very lackadaisical jiggle. Lackadaisical. Apparently there's no S. I desperately checked. Yeah, lackadaisical.
Okay, today I learned.
And Serato's about to learn nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's teaching lessons today. Looking the wrong way. A very lazy clear.
And again, that's a spot they've been mollying on their mid takes, but they just don't have one, do they? They don't. And they're late mid. It's everything Sprout do. FURIA one step ahead. And even in the one round where FURIA made the wrong read and left B completely open in a 3-on-4, they still retake it, don't they? Yeah. There's nothing for Sprout. There's nothing that can go right now.
I love the cast with Hampus. He gave us that extra insight that sometimes when his team are doing lazy clears, he reminds them to play like m0NESY. Like you just essentially, okay boys, play Russian. You know, clear your corner like this. m0NESY's clearing that corner for a second with a swipe of his mouse and he's looking back the other way. And Art, oh you rascal, you rapscallion. The little filthy cut purse has once again cut them down to size. 4v5, poor souls. Sprout in the hurt locker now, and he's not done. He's not done. Funny games with Art, and he's nearly got another. Finally, it's over. The Art storm weathered. Good wallbang damage from Drop.
And Yuri's going through as well. He wants more wallbangs into Staehr. He was just trying to walk away. He wanted to disengage, and it's disallowed. 2-on-4. And even on the reload, look at the re-aggression again. These bait plays for FURIA. They're playing with the audio cues. Rouse is not ready for 2. And Spiddy in a 1v4 to close the half. They know where he is. He's been A-main every round, but it's not enough. 2 kills, a quick trade, and FURIA, a masterclass on CT Ancient. Sprout are getting kicked while they're down. Let's see if they can turn it around in the second half.
Themselves. Drop definitely getting some love from the coach and a grimace on Art's face, but it was all good in the hood in the end. It started scary. We did see the scoreline at one point read 4-3. It then reads 4-11. So the win sucked out of the room very quickly for Sprout. I was wondering what on earth is going on. Is that Hugo and Machine? Well, to explain, we are just having some fun. Yeah, we all get along, we all play video games, and we may as well, when you've got 5 weeks of Counter-Strike action, keep it interesting. We are, of course, we don't hate our partners, we love and cherish them, just keeping it interesting. Yuri's flashed, and Staehr, again, puts his name in the feed to open up proceedings. 1x bet leans FURIA's way, but it looks like Sprout want to extend play.
Oh, Yuri's hunting the back. Do they realize off the kill feed, Staehr's still here? They've got to clear him, they can't plant with a cave player as well who needs to go through and help. He will. Spiddy runs a smoke, and they are actually shut down a round. Going into this half, here's a fun stat. FURIA on 2 players, Serato and Art, were 10-0 in opening duels combined. 6 for Art, 4 for Serato. and neither of them have failed. Barely anyone else attempting those first fights for FURIA. No need when you got these two looking so clean.
Who was it? Sorry, who were the candidates? Art and
Acerato 4-0, Art 6-0.
Yeah, okay, I did feel like I saw a lot of Art in those openings, but that should be no surprise. In fact, this one should come as no surprise either. Yuri has been, out of the kindness of his own soul, decided to give the gift of a Galil.
FURIA won these rounds twice yesterday, right? Once on T side, they dropped. Someone gave Acerato an AK in round 2. He wins it with like 3 kills, entering out ramp on Mirage, and then drop on a deep in the game on a full eco, buys an A1S for Art, and he gets 2. He gives the gun to Yuri, who also gets 2.
I mean, lots of teams must have given a lot of thought into the very best reaction. When you don't want to be fully invested, you know, there's a lot of alternatives. We see some teams do this one rifle drop, and the options off the flowchart for converting this round with minimal pistols certainly does hinge on Art. Now, they are sat in a very they're giving a lot of respect to FURIA here. Look at the setup from the CTs. It's standard, but it means that they can all run into essentially a 4v2 here.
Plant would be a delight for FURIA.
Yeah, but what does Art want to do with this? If he just walks out cave, he is going to meet Spiddy's crosshair.
Send the pistol first, jump a corner. Clearing that dark spot is so difficult. That's what Spiddy's gambling on. Do they look right when they come out cave?
Can't believe Marix, Raul, slaxz, no one's moved a muscle. No one's looking for info. I mean, he just says mid-quiet. But I guess that's just the confidence that your two riflers can handle business here. There's no armor, shouldn't be any threat. They think they can just sit back, relax, and time's getting a bit weird now. Here they come. Jump to bait, Art to close, if they can get that plant. If they can get that plant, looking like it might be the end of that. Slaxz has dealt with it, and Staehr doesn't have to rebuy all of his goodies. 5 HP keeps him alive. FURIA try, but fail, and we will be seeing their full buy now. I guess the sacrifice is Yuri gets a Mac 10. No, it's Art. It'll be Art. That makes sense. An AK, or no, poor Acerato is the one that has to swallow the bitter pill. I guess it's off spawns and preferences.
Very successful round, though. All Sprout ever wanted, right? 1 casualty is absolutely fine there. 1 gun for FURIA is all they brought in. So let's see what the buy round looks like. Let's get our taste test into this T side. FURIA, do they want to go fast? Out middle, the molly is very late. Look at Acerato. He doesn't even take a tick. He is through it, and they think mid is corrupted. Mid is clean. It is not. They're right behind you. Marix on the big box, lines up a triple. Can't finish the third, but they're coming through Donut, in through the smoke. Yuri with an entry. It's getting weird. He can't see through the fire, and Art's found another 3-on-2. No smoke down, and Spinny might have won the round unless Acerato can finish what his team have started. He can't. That smoke blooms badly and just hits him in the head as he comes around that corner. What a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love FURIA. That round a whole lot more interesting than them sitting in spawn for 60 seconds, but God, is it absolute pandemonium in the server, trying to keep track of all of those. Marix handles business. Look at this off angle, super open to drop. Excuse me, a donut.
Yep.
But regardless, I'm playing Cobblestone in my head right now. Spiddy nearly winning the round right here and now, but Sprout do close thanks to Staehr. And they charge into the meat grinder. Oh, that's an disaster. AWP and AK, M4 in play. Spiddy to save the day. He is on ledge, but he's well and truly aware that there could be Acerato holding them. This is weird now. Slowing it down. Hugo to break it down. You got Staehr holding that red room cross to CT. They are in a lot of jeopardy.
Take a deep breath before you do anything now. This should not be a winning round for FURIA, but they found a formula. Still sitting top red. They're getting a lot of respect, and I mean, Sprout don't want to walk into this slowdown. Orb's holding the angle. Yuri is very patient, but Art's going to smoke it off. Even if he doesn't commit, that's a nice fake out. It's going to keep eyes on red for Sprout. They've got 2 players considering it right now. Even a third. Everyone is dedicated to carrying the smoke. What's happening? Where's it going? It's not even a good smoke, and it's done enough for FURIA to have even more room into A. One more bit of utility to cut out this Orb. We saw how much Art did from this position in the first half. Can Marix step up the same way?
Yeah, it's Orb v Orb on that post-up. Oh, just shy of the mark. Should fall into place unless Staehr comes out to play. He denies through the box. That was the Orb, that was the bomb, and that could be the round. Staehr, the hero they need. And that's the end of that. Saved, recovered, resuscitated. 4 kills out of Staehr. And when we had the the boys from Sprout break it down. Raul's described Marix as the loose cannon who's just doesn't have any control over his aggression, which sounded fun. And Staehr as this pillar of consistency, calm, calculated, and collected. He's doing a bit of everything, is Staehr. He's been farming up some opening kills. This looked like the beginning of the end here. When you see the AWP, slaxz really didn't get much time to play, but a bit posted up, a bit forward than you'd hope against the Tech-9s. And Staehr's double the triple through the box. Really good awareness.
First successful mid-rush we've seen all game, in fact, just running through that smoke. The util is not perfect for Sprout, right? If you're not starting double mid, you're going to have problems, but they were. They had no excuses there. They had enough players to stop a play like that for FURIA. So now they're a little bit conditioned in the back of their mind. They're going to be carrying mid-spawns for the rest of the half, but will FURIA use them is the question. They've had a lot of jumbled together buys on this T side. Now they'll have a full. No AWP though. Mid is of the interest, but not a commit. Just mollies, 2 of them from Sprout. A little more concise.
Yeah, they just caused some serious nade damage. That is gonna hurt. Drop, Yuri. Smoked off now in response as well. Like, 2 players. I don't want to say they're irrelevant. They've got nades, they've got bodies, but they will just melt. Even up against the FAMAS at this point.
Oh, playing with fire there. But trying to finish what they started with the grenades. Cave getting cleaned out by FURIA. Panthers taking Jaguar. Jaguar, how do you say it?
Jaguar?
Yeah.
Jaguar?
It's a weird call.
It is.
Oh, they've gone right up through. There's a consideration, though. 3 players are moving in. This is mad. A mid-retake in the mid-round, and Spitty is clean with it. 2 kills.
Lovely.
There's a third from Donut as well. Yuri's also low, put down with drop, and now they've got to finish in the B bomb site. Sprout peeking nothing, staying inside a cave. Staehr, this is a free kill. Nothing Yuri can do. Such a hard angle. Spitty spams a smoke, 3rd in the round, and safe. He's trading places, but he's not going to get much further than 1. Spitty comes in big. A bit of a quiet first half, walking a main on his own, rarely getting opening kills, and now he shuts out a round for FURIA. So Sprout are pulling the comeback.
He's just happy to be not looking at the A-halls for 45 seconds every round. He gets to see the map, explore, even actually click on some heads as he just did 4. And it's actually now 5 rounds in a row off the break. Zonic's law once again dictates that there is a deceptive element to an 11-4 scoreline.
Especially on this map, is moving into a T side. You know, it's a little busted right now. It's a little CT-sided. Sprout, they're getting confident. They want to take deep peeks down ramp. This let FURIA down in the first half. They never went back to it. So Sprout won't stick around. Safe has contacted his way into the bomb site, though.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. He could get swung on. That's the bait. That's the switch. And that could be the B site. Spitty at least catches a aggressive Yuri. Safe to be cleared on long side, but they're even worming into play. The bomb's on its way back. Safe is selling this with bloodshed. Drop a smoke. A site's open for business. Maybe Rouse can disrupt a little bit.
Oh. That's huge. Now he knows, but he's up to 4. He can't fight anymore. He's got to wait for those rotates to come in, and the whole time FURIA is scared. They found a smoke. That will open up the plant, but Drop is walking. He has to run. That's now info. Rouse knows both of these players' positions. The unscope is badly timed, but it's fine. That molly has bought more on the clock for Sprout. FURIA, this smoke's going to fade before they can even stick the bomb. They are in a very uncomfortable position.
Yeah, they need frag. You can see Drop's position, or decision, indicates as such. His crosshairs in the perfect place. Rouse is well trained. He doesn't give it away. He knows his existence is much more threatening. But he goes down. That's enough to plant, surely. Donut threat eliminated. Drop. Good read of the situation. He's put it into a 2v2.
Oh, spotted. Not much cover to move behind. Doesn't even know that they're both here. slaxz, a silent sniper, sneaking in with Marix. It's a dig attempt. Drop. Playing with his food, buying more and more time. They've got to make up their mind. Smoke going out on the bomb site. Drop can use this if he wants. And his teammate has the cross. Queserato shoots Marix through it. There's still the AWP they don't know about. He's going up and over. 1v2, hasn't seen a thing. They're tucked in, tap on the bomb. Now they know someone's going to throw himself through the smoke. Drop does, and now slaxz has a chance. A full stick. Queserato's not falling for it, and 12 rounds are found after all for FURIA. I love that slowdown. We always talk about how difficult getting these bomb plants on AR. FURIA are in no hurry. They just wait for Sprout to feed him a kill one way or the other. As long as they have something cleared, they can stick the plant.
Yeah, the non-verbal communication between the two teams there. Like the molly to disrupt the plant again, then the awareness from both teams that the smoke will be fading, and then suddenly it becomes a game of survival. Rouse is just staring at the wall. He does go down. I suppose critically, he would be his death was the reason this became such a winnable 2v2, but I mean, you know, it's hard to imagine that Drop is posted up exactly on that cross. The dead air as everything went silent after the fake would have implied as such. Now look what this has done to Sprout. All of that, all of those hard work, and I know I've casted with Chad Birchall enough to know that after you've won a ton, you're talking about their loss bonus being in the bin. They've got no pennies to celebrate their loss, and immediately now FURIA will be given the leg up for 13.
Yeah, they just called their final pause as well. We're not that deep in the game, round 22. You know, this can still have legs on it, so Sprout have no more timeouts to chat with Berry. Either way, this round's going to be an easy one for FURIA, you'd like to think. And so they're in no hurry to take it. Just a couple of pistols. Spitting with Zeus! Oh, I respect the attempt. I really do, but the jump bind for Drop lets him down. He was blind anyway. Staehr trying to escape. Can he find that AK? He doesn't care. He'd rather just keep the 4-on-4, disallow the trade. Although, going back for more will end his round. slaxz another, and this is how it's always going to go with the USPs. 4-on-2, and FURIA now late walkout mid.
Yeah, but Rouse is just looking to crack open a head or two. Ooh. That was what they were waiting for. He had the perfect position to catch them as they mantle up, but dealt with, and dealt with convincingly. 13 to FURIA. We will get the guns back out. I think this is going to be a very indicative round of just how much more Ancient we get to see. And see what the call is as well off the back of Art.
Yeah, and because, you know, it happened to you know, Sprout rather in the first half where they, you know, picked up that, or FURIA picked up that force and wrecked the money early. Like, we've not had CT Orbs for Sprout really doing much despite having the money. Now they've got one out. It needs to perform. Like, Safe and Art were terrifying on that first half, going for all sorts of picks, playing lane, fighting ramp, taking middle, donut. Art even went for an A main pick. slaxz needs to show up here in a big way. Spitty's been flashed in. No one's blind. It did not do a thing. And FURIA given a 5-on-4. That is a dream scenario.
Yeah, and you know what that's done? That's forced slaxz out of middle into a more defensive line so he can support B. Art and Keisaratu, fortunately, aren't continuing their lurky boy maneuver. But they'll sow the seed of doubt with a donut smoke. You can see their intention. It's written all over the minimap.
It's a good read, though, all things considered, right? One guy watching mid for a lurk, but everyone else has B on lock, and there's still a hope. It's going to come down to this first ramp fight. Will it be dry for FURIA? Do they want to announce their intentions with only 2 flashbangs left in the camp? Molly goes out. Rouse pushed into the open, but it's still all on slaxz. He's got to be quick. Boost coming in. Over the top. Shadow double peek. How do you like the taste of that?
Yeah, that's brutal. Up to Rouse now. Just a FAMAS to defend his honor, and Safe continues to rack him up. Double. Despite his presence being known, now just the Anaconda Titans. Rouse, now an AWPer apparently, is going to tuck in towards longside. The bomb loose. Keisaratu working on a flank as well. Look, they're using every second. This is agonizing for the CTs. Pressure mounting from every angle. More misses. Marek's dead. Safe with 3 in the round. And Keisaratu just puts the cherry on top.
Safe is so prominent, right? He's so good, and I'm terrified by what FURIA could be showing us in this group right now, right? Already upsets have come through, Ents have taken down Vitality, who haven't come in looking super hot so far in the first couple of games. FaZe dropped the ball on day 1. You know, with Ents going up 2-0, with FURIA having some of their stars shining so bright, and Keisaratu still looking like a top 20 player, even now on LAN, where it matters, I'm excited by the prospect of the group of death being flipped on its head. And it's players like Safe that could do exactly that. Sprout running out of chances. Another Zeus for Spitty. Desperate times. And Safe's going back to what works, these B picks.
Can't fault him. I wouldn't want to mess with him, and it does seem like there's a little bit of a gamble going on with these pistols. Spitty, he's been trying the Zeus magic. He got very close last time, and another opening death for him. I wonder how many he's accrued. A couple of nasty ones over the course of Ancient.
2 and 7.
Yeah. It's not the most ideal of statistics in comparison with what you were giving me about Keisaratu and Art. Was it 10 combined?
10-0 in the first half.
Yikes. Yeah. So quite the contrast there. 15. I know what number comes next. Did you used to get your GCSE in maths?
Oh, I did. Just about, yeah.
Pulled it across the line?
Of course.
Respect, respect. Do you remember going in for your results? I remember that was like a kind of a weird social dynamic where everyone was like off and then they're in school and you felt like it was all over.
Yeah, I did pretty okay. I scraped by, we'll say.
Okay.
Like, GCSEs were good. A-levels is when I really stopped trying and played way too much CS.
Yeah.
But, you know, C's and B's, happy with that, can't complain.
Can't complain. That's what that was my goal as well. The only goal I really had was to beat my mother's result in maths. She got a C. If I got a B, I got 100 Great British pounds.
Ooh.
100.
Got a B?
I got a B.
There we go.
The only exam I studied
Did you pay
for.
up?
She did. 100 pounds. It was a huge win back then.
Parents love motivating their kids with that, don't they?
Yeah. The sterling in my pocket. I don't even know what I spent it on. I know I spent the money I got for my driving lessons on going to LAN and never bothered getting lessons afterwards. So.
A wise investment.
Yeah, I just went to LAN instead.
Right, this is it. This is all Sprout have been waiting for to close the map. FURIA need one more round, 6 opportunities to do it. That nade's nice. Thank goodness they smoked it or Yuri would have perished in the Molotov. This now in the wallbang corner. No comfort in B at no point.
This is quite a naughty pairing on their T sides, and on both sides of the map, Drop as well as threatening. Staehr has to go back, and Art and K-Serato poke and prod. You can see the orb now on notice. slaxz has to get out of there.
Oh, no.
They really want to fight this.
Oh.
This time, Yuri comes through gray screen. They're in. Spitty from Cave. He's fought his way out. Trade from Safe. He's a threat on this AWP. And he's completely isolated without the bomb. This is a very FURIA-esque mid-round, Hugo. The bomb is up the creek without the paddle. Art is still jiggling out the smoke on A.
Oh, yeah, he's
What
gone.
is going on here?
I don't know. They need help, and this timing could be good. Not only the backstab, it's a missed shot. K-Serato's behind them. Ral's moved in off Cave. They now know it's clear. Safe knows he can get that stick, and how the hell have they turned this 2-on-4 on its head? They know one of these players is an AWP, but K-Serato's got his knife out caught on the back line. It's safe in a 1v2. I would put my money on him every day of the week.
They know he's low, and look at Safe bringing the fight to them. Straight into the crosshair, though. Marix denies. But come on, FURIA. I guess the strategy is, if we don't know what we're doing, neither will they. I mean, it was just the way the cards fell. They handled business. Safe just seems so unflustered. I'm sure there's better words for it, but unflustered is what I'm going to land on. He just really doesn't seem to get overwhelmed and handles business on that AWP.
Yeah. Cheeks not going red in that round. Somehow he keeps pulling out multi-kills. We saw this bait and switch attempt right from FURIA in the first half. Sprout never bit it. FURIA will. Yuri runs through off Spiddy's reload and good cover by Rouse to stop it. But it's a little tricky round for Sprout. It's one that FURIA spread pretty thinly out. So we'll probably see something more standard in the next. They will lean A, or B rather, with the bomb. 3. Couple late out mid again, respecting the Sprout utility as they've learned they had to. Still, look at the gamble. Sprout keep doing this. 4 on B to start. A completely open. Donut player has to hear steps, but he's got bigger things on his mind right now. FURIA are out mid and they're not being quiet about it. Oh, Spitty could not get comfortable there, but did hit the dink.
8 opening deaths. slaxz. Good chance. He can't afford to re-peek. Art is posted up. K-Serato a threat. These two traveling in pairs, and this time not get away with it on the reload.
Hello?
Marix.
I thought he was going.
Yeah, I think he did too, but fortunately, bodies are dropped. No harm, no foul. Staehr doesn't finish the round there. Instead, it's Safe and Drop. The two newest names in the FURIA jersey up against slaxz and Marix. Marix pushing in. He's good for the duel. And Drop, not even allowed to get that bomb down. Okay, we will see close to a full 30-round game here. 4 rounds so far from FURIA's T side. That keeps us level. Will there be enough to break through? Can they beat the 11-4 set by Sprout?
Dude, Staehr's a super young player as well. 17 years of age. This guy is cracking heads today. He was doing the same yesterday against Vitality as well. So I'm very impressed by this guy.
Gave a very mature interview as well. I was impressed. Doesn't come naturally to some. Staehr absolutely body bagging that interview.
Love to see it.
I mean, slaxz handled this. This is not a comfortable place for the AWPer, especially when you've been having a bit of a tough game. Have 2 scary South American AKs trying to rat you through the smoke.
Yeah, for Marix to be the loose cannon, surprised he didn't go through the smoke. Maybe he got stuck on a wall there or was just trying to fake footsteps. It was very weird. It got K-Serato to turn around, I guess, but
yeah, I also think he's probably second-guessing himself a little bit. You know it's FURIA. You hear the reload, you're like, he knows. He knows it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. Oh, this is quick. This is really quick. Rouse is about to get a rude shock.
Ooh.
Accelerates. Rouse hears it. He's aware, and he's in the prime position. One, and not done. K-Serato's the one to get the frag instead.
Yeah, and on the art as well. Team kill coming through. But, you know, all the way to the round, they're trying to get into this A site. slaxz, he's got a nice line here from Temple. Save pushing them back with the Molotov off of the big box, and it does make them concede the site for now. Meanwhile, FURIA go weird with it. They always do. Yuri's walking a B smoke. They're taking Red Room at the same time. Spitty's got that unlocked, but Staehr just gets time turning around. Yuri saw that. He knows he's got a gap, and he knows he's got a one-on-one. And this might just be the game here. Staehr, no idea. He still hits it up close. Yuri dead, and now it's going to have to be all on the flank.
Yeah, slaxz is going to address this with Spitty. Whoa, what an ambitious amount of damage dealt. Both of them drop. Drop and K-Serato can go B. They've cleared B from red. Pushing through the CT, it's perfectly smoked. slaxz will hear them as they start to pick up the pace, but Safe's got your lane covered. You have to go for it. What a threatening state of affairs. K-Serato's got you on lock, boys.
Yeah, they can peek with him as well. It's not just K-Serato, it's his player on the short side as well. He's trapped in by the utility. It doesn't matter. K-Serato wins his fight, and he shuts out the map. FURIA 16 to 11. Sprout, an attempt at the comeback, but it's going to fall on dead ears. And FURIA looking ferocious on those T sides. This is a team that is here to upset in Group B of Pro League, and I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah, these opening kills. I mean, you have to put a lid on K-Serato and Art.